Policy analyst, author, and a journalist. He joins us now from New York. Raza, good to see you. When you hear any politician make promises like that, like in the midst of big problems, they're going to revive the economy, they're going to bring an end to political division, that's always a tall order. But what has gone wrong here?
I think the new government, which took over a year ago, could not really stabilize the economy, largely due to the political instability that continues to date in Pakistan. I mean, the government is still pitted against its very powerful foe, Imran Khan, as the package also showed, who's extremely popular now and who has also gained public sympathy by successfully telling the public that he was ousted unfairly and that he, faced the opposition by the establishment and the former army chief, General Bajwa. In Pakistan, the military is the most powerful political player. And Imran Khan has been accusing the former army chief of plotting his ouster. That particular notion then expanded. And through the year, we saw Mr. Khan on the streets, not only confronting the government, but also challenging the military establishment. And then he was attacked, which was further an alarm bell for his supporters. And over the year, he has become even more popular and a very formidable force in Pakistani politics, which the current government has been unable to respond politically. But all of that has resulted in economic meltdown.
Yeah.
Pakistan is facing historic inflation. Food inflation is over 40%. The official overall inflation is over 35%. And unemployment numbers have increased. Growth rate is static. So it's not a very good situation for an average Pakistani. And that's another major reason for Mr. Khan's popularity that we are witnessing. But I think now things have come to such a pass after a year that there's a head-on collision going on, not just between the politicians, but between the institutions, the parliament versus the Supreme Court, and the government versus the Supreme Court, because the judges in a stand divided on the issue of early elections. Both sides, Mr. Khan's side and the government side, are accusing selected judges of being partisan, and that does not really spell well for Pakistan's democracy, because if that situation is not handled, if both these sides are not going to talk to each other, then we may be heading towards a systemic collision.
Yeah, Pakistan needs billions of dollars to help cure some of these problems right now. It needs the IMF's help, but the IMF's help always comes with some strings attached. What do you think is going to happen here?
So the IMF, has a set of conditions for Pakistan, which the government has by and large now fulfilled. Yet there is no staff level agreement because the IMF also wants commitments from Pakistan's friendly countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, that they would provide assistance to the tune of $5 to $7 billion in addition to IMF's assistance. Now that those assurances have come, and we may be heading towards an IMF staff level agreement, but all of that process, all those tough conditions by the IMF have resulted in a very, very unprecedented inflationary cycle, as well as due to the hikes in interest rates, the total quantum of investment has shrunk, which then, of course, has a clear-cut impact on the overall GDP and economic growth. So IMF is unfortunately, its policy conditions are causing hardship for Pakistanis. I mean, there is no question about that. But then the governments, on the other hand, successive governments, not just this government by Shehbaz Sharif, but even governments before that, also do not undertake reduction in expenditures, and all the wasteful expenditures on sick public enterprises continue eating up the budget and the taxes. So there's a perennial problem of repaying debts, of financing imports, especially oil and diesel and liquid petroleum gas, which keeps the economy afloat. So it is a very tight spot. And what we need is a political consensus in Pakistan if Pakistan has to come out of these terrible, terrible situation.
Yeah, the IMF has advised Pakistan to tax the rich and protect the poor. All right, Raza, good to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Welcome.